Hi, we are going to go over some IO phone basic setup. Um, when you add IO phone to your account, so you can meet with someone. We can go over this step by step, especially if you have like something a little more complicated you're trying to do. But at least I'm going to go over just so you can get the feel for it. Uh, let you know how it integrates and how you can work it from day to day. Um, so as most of you know, and why you're here, is we do have a way to use the phone through the software and record everything for you, that sort of thing. So when you go to your IO phone settings, which goes settings IO phone, you see there's all these options here. The first thing you normally would do is get your phone number set up in general. So here we already have two phone numbers. Let's say you would contact us though if you wanted to, let's say, set up a port your own number over. Like maybe you have your business number and you want to just port that over to us. Um, that you would do contact support and we get you started on that, or your sales rep. Maybe you want a brand new phone number, your new business, or you just want something new for this specific software, and you're going to have two numbers or something. Who knows? So you can add a number here. You can search for a number in your area code, that sort of thing. So, and then once you have that number set up, it'll look like this. Like if you have two locations, maybe you have a different number for each location, and it will show up on your account this way. And then normally what the next step you would do is set up your schedules. Now, most people that use IO phone would also have workers, which this account does. Um, so that's going to be a little different setup than if you do not have workers. But I'll show you what it would look like. So here's a schedule. Let's say that we're going to let both phones ring to the schedule. I'm going to just name it worker because it looked like everybody had like just generic worker names. And then I'm going to say this is our Akron worker. So you know what? We'll take off the Cleveland phone number. And then this person is in front of the line. They do not have a delay. So the delay is, let's give you an example. Maybe you have three workers, and the first two workers are sales reps, and they have no delay. You want that phone to ring right when a customer calls. The third worker, let's say that they're on the road a lot, but they're kind of a backup for phone calls. Like you can put like a delay of 8 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that here. So it rings the first two workers first, and then it rings that third worker. Maybe they're on the other line. You want their phone to start ringing so that they can pick up the call. So you can add your worker here, and then once you do that, you're going to need to set up this actual phone schedule. So let's see, we're going to do Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You just go through here, and you can add it. You can change the times here, like maybe on Wednesday they have a different, they don't come, they work half a day on Wednesday, something like that. And go back to Thursday, make this 9 again, 9 to 5, and so forth. Let's say they don't work on Saturday. And that's all you would have to do. So that means anytime this phone number calls, somebody calls this phone number on these times and dates, it's going to go to this worker. Their phone number is going to ring. Now let's go over that a little bit. What happens is this worker is saved. This is their cell phone number. And when a customer calls this number, their cell phone's going to ring, and it's going to say, you have a call from. Now here's where this comes into play, caller ID, or customer. So does this worker, this could be a worker by worker case, because I know we're all different here at work, how we'd like this to show. When that customer calls, do you want it to say the customer's phone number, or do you want it to say the worker's number, the company's phone number, and that would be this. Now, I like it to be the company phone number, because um, if it's the customer number, I might not know when I'm looking at the phone that it's a work call, because it could be, anybody's area code in the area, and it just looks like another random call. And maybe I don't pick it up. But if it has our work number coming through who's calling me, I know, oh, that's a work call. I need to answer that. So that's the difference. So it just depends on your worker, how they like it. I think most of us here like it to be the company number, so we can say, oh, that's not, if it's not the company number, like, oh, that's a personal call. I'm busy. I'm not going to answer that right now. That sort of thing. So that's how you would set that up. Here's like this is the email address, like where the alerts would go, like, hey, you missed a call, there's a voicemail, that sort of thing. And then you can include the text messages in that. So that's just a basic setup of a worker's phone schedule. Another thing that most do for iPhone, of course, is voicemails or greetings. Greetings are needed. Let's say, like, if someone calls in and you say, press 1 for, sales, press 2 for support, like we do. That's where you're going to need to record here a phone greeting. And then a phone greeting would go on your show here, like you put your greeting here. And so the first thing they hear when they call in is the greeting. Now, if you have a long greeting, that means, though, you're going to have to maybe extend everybody's call schedule, so that it covers that greeting first, and then so they can listen to that whole thing, and it doesn't like switch to voicemail or something. So then we'll go back to recordings here. That's where they can record. You can record a greeting, or you can upload one. Same thing with voicemails. You can do that here. Now, I'm going to pretend like this hold is a voicemail. It's probably just hold music, but this is, let's say this hold is our voicemail right now. I wonder if it'll let me change the name. Probably not. Okay, that's fine. So, just like your workers need a schedule, your voicemail would also need a schedule. So let's say after, I would say the phone rings for 30 seconds and it's going to go to this voicemail. So if this number rings after 30 seconds, we give your workers 30 seconds a time, and you would put the same times in here. You can do like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, like the same schedule as your workers. Now, let's say this is a voicemail recording that says, sorry, we're closed. We'll give you a call back tomorrow, that sort of thing. Let's say this is a completely different voicemail. Then you don't want it to be the exact same hours that people are working. You want it to be the opposite. So you would do like 5 p.m. until the end of the day. So that's Monday. And then Tuesday, you would start at 12 a.m. until your workers don't start answering the phone until 9 a.m. So you put 9 a.m. here. If I can find 9 a.m. Okay, so they work 9 to 5, so got to cover that midnight to 9 a.m. You never know, somebody might be calling you. And then you still stay on Tuesday, and you'll do the 5 p.m. to the end of day. And you do that for each day. End of day. So you do that for each day. Maybe you're not open at all on the weekends. You can just do the full 12 a.m. to end of day. And then also you can take off the delay. Because let's say you just want it to ring right to your, they call this number and you don't want a delay, because this is during the off hours. You don't want it to ring, 5 times before the voicemail picks up. So in this case, you would not put a delay. You want this just to pick up and let them know, sorry, we're not in, leave a message. It's a couple different examples of voicemails. And greetings. Greetings you only have to use if you're using extensions, and that's where, like I said, you can name it sales and say that's extension 1, and then you would add that also to the your worker's ring schedule. So the ring schedule here, extensions only, and it's gonna ring to their extension that you've set up. All right. Let's give you a little idea of just like the general way it happens. If the phone rings, you will see either your company number or the customer number, and it'll say you have a call from, if it's a customer name, they'll even say the customer name, Bob Smith, would you like to answer? And you press 1 and the call comes through. So you don't, just because you hear who it is, you don't have to answer it. But it'll tell you who's calling, or it'll just say the number they're calling from. If it's somebody that's not saved in your system. This is what it would look like. If somebody was calling, it would show up top there. That's where you can make a call from. Make a call from here. You can text from here. That takes a little longer when you get iPhone set up. After you call, after you get it set up, then your texting will show up here too. We have templates you can save, which will be also under these settings. Let me go back. There will be some test templates in here that are automated, just like our automated emails. Like we have some workers ones, we can have like some event reminder ones that if you'll say, okay, have this event reminder go out a day before the event, and you can set that up here. That's about it. That's like the main points of the software in iPhone. Like I said before, we will meet with you. We will help you set up, your extensions if you want to go that route. We also will help you get your number ported, like I said, and also your campaign for your texting needs to be done. Because I know that's a good way to communicate with your customers nowadays. Just be patient with us. That does take a little longer. It could take a month to 2 months sometimes for that campaign. Lately, it's been closer to a month, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. But if you have any questions, as usual, email support or give us a call. We have a couple people that are really good at getting this set up quickly. So we send you out a link, set up a meeting, and go over all the ins and outs of this. Thank you.